And here we go. We have got B feature time for your Malvern Cash Money Series. Yep. Sundance Keeper on the pole of 6, 7, 8. Mike Anderson in the 15. Marvin Forrest in the number 45. Sean Egerman in the number 18. Garrett Esri in the 5. Glenn Powell in the number 26. Comer in the number 83. Chuck Comer. And that's going to be your field. Top 2, I believe it is. Top 2. We'll move on to the A main.
We got a legend feature, I should say, Dennis, coming up right after this, the legend feature, and then we will have a short intermission. I still have a Mexican Villa t-shirt to give away from Richard Harrington Racing, red ticket 602. 602. And that's the 820 car over there of Jimmy Thomas having problems and not sure if he's going to make the call, as right now he is over in the entrance to the pit area. It's hard to see, and we mentioned this, you know, sunglasses are great, but not at night, and we got a pair of sunglasses, this giant glass in front of us here, so it's kind of hard to see sometimes over there on the backstretch. That's the excuse I'm using. As good as any, right?
It is as good as any. It works for me, and it is difficult to see, especially got lights on inside here. You get a little bit of a glare, and it makes it difficult to see. And we're going to have the top 2 here. We got one more B feature after this. And here they come off a turn number 4.
Oh, Chuck Comer really getting sideways, going down into turns 1 and 2, and Sean Egerman also out of shape in car number 18.
Looked like he might have had a pretty good run, then had to check up and got her sideways as they run off into turn number 1. Good battles back in the pack, but up front, it's all Sundance Keeper.
Garrett Esri trying to get that number 5 car up into a transfer spot. Still got a couple of positions to pick up. As Mike Anderson runs in the number 2 spot, Sundance Keeper checking out of the rest of the field.
Working their way into 3. Oh, now Garrett Esri sideways over in 3, backs it up into the infield. And that's going to slow us down here in the first B main for your Cash Money Series. Look like
back to the pack with a long way to go, but could be in a pretty good position to get a provisional.
I would think he would certainly be the 5G car, one of the regulars on this circuit. And this is a welcome sight for all these drivers. Got a chance to maybe race Sundance Keeper for that lead as they go back under green.
Sundance had opened up a really good lead in that 6 and 7/8 car. Under the green flag, he is really pulling away, so we'll see if he can do that again. And we'll get the 45 car up in his spot, and I believe we'll be ready to go.
They're tightening it up, and they got the green light flashing, so we will get a green flag this next time. Sundance Keeper's going to lead them in as they're doubled up right behind him. Here we go, back to green.
Off turn number 4, green back in the air. Sundance Keeper brings him in. Marvin Forrest this time. And the 45 car will be right behind him, taking over that number 2 spot away from Mike Anderson. Anderson will try to regroup, try to get that final transfer position. Gets a good run off turn number 4 down on the bottom, and he'll move back into second.
Good battle there for the number 4 spot. It's going to be Comer coming out with that 4th spot. Now he'll go after 3rd as he works his way through 4.
Chuck Comer started all the way at the back of the pack. He's trying to make his way up into the top 2. Right now he's got to deal with Forrest in the 45.
Marvin Forrest now going back to the number 4 spot as Comer makes his way around. Up front, Sundance Keeper showing away.
Sundance Keeper been out in front this entire race and looks like he might stay there. Working down on the bottom of the speedway, he's got the 6 7/8 car working well. Mike Anderson trying to chase him down. Almost a half a straightaway separating the top 2. It may take a provisional to get Chuck Comer into the A main tonight, as right now in 3rd and not able to make up much distance, and problems for Chuck Comer. Going down into turn number 1 all the way up to the top of the speedway, and Chuck Comer off the pace on the backstretch. Looks like he may be headed for the pit area. Tough break for Chuck Comer as we stay green, and now the top 2 have a half a lap on the 3rd place car of Marvin Forrest. Final time off turn number 4 down to the start finish line. Sundance Keeper, Mike Anderson, your top 2 will move on to tonight's A main. Mike Anderson out of Muskogee, Oklahoma, in car number 15 will be moving on, as well as Sundance Keeper. And I believe we have one more B main for the Malvern Bank Cash Money Dirt Series. Sundance Keeper comes to us out of Miller, Missouri, just up the road a little ways to the west. All right, top 2 will automatically move on. We do have 2 provisionals once again, but the top 2 will automatically move on. Brandon Mitchell, car number 27, will be on point. On his outside, it'll be Chris Hawkins in car number 1. Jimmy Thomas in the 820, and I believe Jimmy pulled off a little while ago, not because he was having problems. Obviously, he was in the wrong B main, so now he will get into this 3rd B main as he is supposed to be. And I believe that's going to be Roy Long in car number 17. All right, let's go back in the field a little bit to Tracy Cottrell in car number 18. Darren Chrysler in car number 9. And check that, that is the 5 car. That is the 5 of Randall Ames. And James Scroggins in car number 8. That is your field. Top 2 going to move on as we get ready to go green off turn number 4, this time by. Leading them in is the 27 car. Brandon Mitchell, we're green. Up front, it's Mitchell down on the bottom of the speedway. He'll lead off turn number 4, lap number 1 in the books. Good battle already heating up for the number 2 position. As the 17 car of Roy Long has the spot, but here comes Chris Hawkins. Hawkins looking down on the bottom of the speedway. He's got a good run. But as they come down to the start-finish line, they're dead even as the 17 got a good run off the corner. Again, out front at 27 of Brandon Mitchell all by himself, and now Chris Hawkins moving up into second. Hawkins looking strong in that 1 car. Will try to chase down the leader as the top 3 moving away from the rest of the field as a 17 car. And and the 1 car both getting around the leader. And so the 27 of Brandon Mitchell back to 3rd. And up front, it will be Chris Hawkins in car number 1. Hawkins and Long, your top 2. Brandon Mitchell trying to regroup in that 27 car. Got a good run there off turn number 4. And closes right up in on that number 2 spot. And now coming off turn number 2 on the backstretch into the 2nd spot again. The 17 car bobbling up in turn number 4. And so now he'll go back to 3rd. And Brandon Mitchell now trying to fight back up for that lead. Off turn number 4, Mitchell looking strong down on the bottom of the racetrack. Chris Hawkins running about 3/4 up on the speedway. Coming off turn number 4 this time, it's going to be a drag race down to the line. White flag, and it's Brandon Mitchell back out in front. Both of those cars into a transfer position. No danger of losing that unless they make a big mistake. A big slide job coming off turn number 4. How about that finish? Brandon Mitchell gets back out in front of Chris Hawkins, and a nice little run right there from the top 2. As Mitchell fell back to 3rd, but got it going once again and moved up into the top spot. Brandon Mitchell picking up the B feature win.